So our course title here is Control Systems 2. So we already studied in Control Systems 1 basically what a control system is, why we need control, and how a control system is designed. To just recapitulate it, I can define control system in under three segments. There are three components to a control system. One is mathematical modeling. Second one is analysis. And third is the control design. So there are three components of any perfect control system. One is the mathematical modeling, second one is the analysis, and the third is the control system design. So इसका basically मतलब क्या है? Say for example we have any system. आप basic एक system ले लो. System can be anything that's under our observation. So we can take a door as a system. Say for example हमें door आपके घर का दरवाज़ा है, उसकी स्पीड वो कितनी जल्दी बंद होगा, कितने टाइम में बंद होगा, उसको हमें कंट्रोल करना है. सो व्हाट वी नीड टू डू फॉर दैट इज़ फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल वी नीड टू मैथमेटिकली मॉडल द सिस्टम. मैथमेटिकल मॉडलिंग का मतलब है कि हमें ऐसी इक्वेशन निकालनी है जो बेसिकली इनपुट और आउटपुट को रिलेट कर सके. अगर हम एक डोर की बात कर रहे हैं, इस पर हम कितना फोर्स लगा सके ताकि ये कितनी जल्दी ओपन हो सके या बंद हो सके. ठीक है, तो दैट इज़ वन थिंग. Mathematically modeling the system, that means basically deriving the mathematical equations of any system that we want to control. Then once we have derived the mathematical equations, we want to analyze this mathematical equation, and that means basically we'll go into the analysis part. तो जब हमारे पास अब इक्वेशन है जो बेसिकली इनपुट और आउटपुट को रिलेट करेगी, तो हम उस इक्वेशन को फॉर द बेसिक सिस्टम, से फॉर एग्जांपल मैं जैसे डोर की बात कर रहा था, F इज इक्वल टू एम इंटू ए. आपने कितना फोर्स लगाया, डोर का कितना मास है और वो कितनी जल्दी एक्सेलरेट करेगा. ठीक है, एंड नाउ दिस कैन बी एंगुलर एक्सेलरेशन है. ऐसे जब आपके पास अब एक मैथमेटिकल इक्वेशन है, तो आपने कितना फोर्स इस पर लगाया, इसकी कितनी एक्सेलरेशन है. सो दैट मीन्स हाउ मच इनपुट यू आर अप्लाइंग, व्हाट विल बी द आउटपुट. दैट हियर इज एक्सेलरेशन बेसिकली. अकॉर्डिंगली यू कैन एनालाइज द सिस्टम using this mathematical equation. One, you are doing the mathematical model. दूसरा स्टेप फिर आपका एनालिसिस है कि आपका ये जो इनपुट है कितना इनपुट दोगे तो क्या आउटपुट आएगा, कैसा इनपुट दोगे तो कैसा आउटपुट आएगा. ठीक है, से फॉर एग्जांपल यू आर अप्लाइंग एन इनपुट लाइक अ स्टेप इनपुट, तो आपका जो एक्सेलरेशन है देयर विल बी सम ट्रांजिएंट पीरियड एंड फाइनली इट विल सेटल डाउन. राइट, सो दिस विल बी द टाइप ऑफ आउटपुट दैट यू विल बी ऑब्टेनिंग वंस यू आर applying any input to the system. So once we have the equation, we can analyze the system for its properties. तो इस एनालिसिस में बेसिकली हमें क्या पता चलेगा कि इस सिस्टम का राइज टाइम क्या होगा, इस सिस्टम का सेटलिंग टाइम क्या होगा, इस सिस्टम का पीक ओवरशूट क्या होगा, पीक टाइम क्या होगा. दैट मीन्स बेसिकली इट विल टेल अस हाउ क्विकली द आउटपुट विल, हाउ क्विकली द सिस्टम विल रेस्पॉन्ड टू एनी इनपुट ऑफ द सिस्टम. देन आपका जो थर्ड component है of any control system study basically control design. अब आपका ये जो सिस्टम था that was basically a simple door. आप इस पर कितना फोर्स लगाओगे तो ये कितनी जल्दी बंद होगा. अब आपको बेसिकली एक कंट्रोलर डिज़ाइन करना है इस सिस्टम के लिए, so that you are able to. अब आप एक ऑटोमेटिक कंट्रोलर डिज़ाइन करोगे ताकि दरवाज़ा खुद से बंद हो सके, खुद से इतना ज़्यादा फोर्स अप्लाई कर सके ताकि आपका सिस्टम इतनी जल्दी बंद हो या इतनी स्लोली बंद हो. दैट इज बेसिकली द एम ऑफ अ कंट्रोल सिस्टम. once you have done the, once you have the equation, once you have done the analysis, then you will be able to design a controller that will actually once you will be able to design the controller that will actually control your system. तो इस पूरे इन तीनों steps का मकसद क्या है basically? You want to basically make sure that your output you are able to basically control the output of any system, and by controlling the output of a system I basically mean that its magnitude as well as frequency response can be controlled as per your desired values. तो किसी भी कंट्रोल सिस्टम का बेसिक एम ये है कि आप एक सिस्टम को डिज़ाइन करो, एक सिस्टम को ऐसे मॉडल करो ताकि जो आपका आउटपुट हो वो एक डिज़ायर्ड आउटपुट रेस्पॉन्स देगा. ठीक है, 1 मिनट. Fine. So it's a 3-step process. One is the mathematical modeling, second one is the analysis, and third one is the control system, control design itself. तो इन तीनों स्टेप्स का मकसद ये है ताकि आप आउटपुट ऑफ द सिस्टम को कंट्रोल कर सको एज पर योर डिजायर्ड और रेफरेंस वैल्यूज. आपके यू हैव अ बेसिक एग्जांपल ऑफ एन एयर कंडीशनर. यू आर सेटिंग द टेम्परेचर ऑफ एन एयर कंडीशनर टू 25 डिग्री सेल्सियस. उसका मतलब बेसिकली ये है कि वो सिस्टम को ऐसे कंट्रोल कर सके, एनवायरनमेंट को ऐसे कंट्रोल कर सके ताकि जो आपका आउटपुट है फ्रॉम द सिस्टम दैट इज़ फिक्स्ड एट 25 डिग्री सेल्सियस. So any control system's basic aim is to design to control the output of a system as per our desired or reference values by following this 3-step process. And this 3-step process basically involves the mathematical modeling of the system, the analysis of the system, and the design of controller itself. Right? So now what you have basically done in control systems 1 is you have mathematically modeled the system using a transfer function approach. आपके पास एक ट्रांसफर फंक्शन है जो बेसिकली आउटपुट और इनपुट को रिलेट करती है, एंड यूजिंग अ ट्रांसफर फंक्शन अप्रोच यू हैव बेसिकली बीन एबल टू mathematically model a system, and accordingly you are able to analyze and control the system. So is transfer function, it is simply the ratio of the Laplace of the output of a system to the ratio of the Laplace of the input of the system, or what I can say here as the reference value, while all initial conditions are set to 0. Transfer function approach basically use the Laplace transforms of the output to the Laplace transforms of the input. So using these sets of equations you can basically model the system and accordingly analyze it, and accordingly then you can be able to design a controller for to be able to control that particular system while all initial conditions are set to 0. So this was what you have basically done in control systems 1. The transfer function approach को लेके आपने analysis भी की और design भी किया. Now what we'll be doing in control 2 is we'll be mathematically modeling the system using a state space approach. State space approach or state space modeling. So we can control the system we can model the system using the state space models as well as using the transfer function models. इन दोनों के बीच में क्या difference है, we'll get to know that. So in the state space approach, what we'll be doing in control 2 is we'll be mathematically modeling the system using the state space approach, और फिर using state space model हम analysis भी करेंगे और controller को design भी करेंगे. So this is all together I will not say it's completely different from control 1, but इसमें बहुत सारा जो portion है that will be unrelated to control 1, right? क्योंकि हम यहाँ पहले से ही mathematical modeling से ही हम different approach अब use कर रहे हैं. We are using state space approach instead of using the transfer function approach. So let's start with the basic definitions of these uh, terms here: state space. We are starting from here, so we are going to mathematically design our systems using state space models. What do we have here? We have a number of uh, terminologies that we'll be studying first of all. So पहली जो terminology है that is a system variable. Say for example आपका एक what let's first of all understand what is a state. When we linguistically say what is your state, I basically refer to what is your state of mind right now, or I can basically refer to what is your other parameters in your system, how they are functioning. Like if I'm talking about, if I'm taking a human being as a system, तो इसकी क्या क्या स्टेट्स हो सकती हैं, इसकी मेंटल स्टेट हो सकती है, इसकी इमोशनल स्टेट्स हो सकती है, इसकी फिजिकल स्टेट्स हो सकती हैं. तो फिजिकल स्टेट्स ऐसे फॉर एग्जांपल मैं बता सकता हूँ कि आपका इस टाइम पे ब्लड प्रेशर क्या है, आपकी पल्स रेट क्या है, आपका टेम्परेचर क्या है. So there are a number of variables that basically characterize a particular system. Fine. So a state basically refers to a variable that basically characterizes a system. So I can basically say system variables. Any system can have a number of variables, and these variables basically characterize a system. ठीक है, जैसे मैंने अभी ह्यूमन बीइंग की एग्जांपल ली. इट कैन हैव a human being can have a emotional state, a mental state, physical states जिसमें blood pressure, blood pulse rate, temperature, body temperature, oxygen saturation, all those things. You can then have potassium levels, sodium levels, extra. So you have a number of variables that basically characterize a particular human being, or you can say this, you can have a system can have a number of variables that basically characterize, or that basically are its properties. These are basically the properties of a system that basically characterize it, how this system will basically behave. आपका ब्लड प्रेशर बताता है कि आप कैसे फंक्शन करोगे, आपका टेम्परेचर बताता है आप कैसे फंक्शन करोगे. ठीक है, आपका if you are feverish, you will be behaving in a certain fashion. If you are not, if your temperature is low, you have a normal body temperature, you will be behaving in a certain fashion. So all these things, all these variables basically characterize the system, and they basically show us how a system will behave. Fine. Now we'll not be dealing with system variables, we'll be dealing with state variables. Out of these all system variables, there will be a minimum number of variables that will be required. There will be a number of system variables, but there will be some certain minimum number of system variables that can be sufficient for us to completely characterize a particular system, or that will be sufficient for us to say actually how a system will behave to a particular type of input. So these minimum number of system variables will be known as the state variables. Fine. So you can have a number of system variables, but you need a minimum number of those variables to completely characterize a system that will be actually sufficient for us to determine how a system will behave to a particular given input. So those minimum number of variables are referred to as a state variable. ठीक है, जैसे मैंने अभी ह्यूमन बींग्स के एग्जांपल ली, ऐसे में अब आप वी कैन टेक एन एग्जांपल ऑफ अ एसी मोटर. एंड एक एसी मोटर में यू हैव अ नंबर ऑफ प्रॉपर्टीज. You can have the current, you can have the voltage, you can have the power, you can have the inductance, the flux, the torque, the inertia, resistance, capacitance, etc. So there are a number of variables that basically can be that basically will characterize the system, and that basically will define how the system will behave. But out of these all AC motor की एग्जाम्पल ले रहा हूँ. You have current, you have voltage, you have power, you have inductance, you have capacitance, you have resistance, you have flux, you have torque, you have inertia, you have friction coefficients, and you can have speed. Okay, you can have position. So there are a number of variables that are actually basically associated with an AC motor. इसके अंदर करंट कितनी होगी, इसको कितनी वोल्टेज जा रही है, पावर रेटिंग क्या है इस सिस्टम की, जो आपके स्टार्टर वाइंडिंग्स है, रोटर वाइंडिंग्स है, उनकी रेजिस्टेंस क्या है, उनकी इंडक्टेंस क्या है, कहीं पे कैपेसिटर लगा हो सकता है. ठीक है, आपका जो म्यूचुअल फ्लक्स है बिटवीन द स्टार्टर वाइंडिंग्स एंड द रोटर वाइंडिंग्स वो कितना है, आपका जो सिस्टम पे टॉर्क प्रोड्यूस कर रहा है उसकी स्पीड ऑफ रोटेशन क्या है, उसकी पोजिशन क्या है, inertia, friction. There are a number of variables that basically characterize this particular system. But out of these system variables, there will be a minimum number of variables that basically will be sufficient for us to know whether the system is that will be basically sufficient for us to know how a system will behave to a particular type of input. तो मैंने इसमें से निकाले आपके करंट, वोल्टेज, स्पीड, थीटा एंड फ्लक्स. नाउ हाउ बेसिकली आई कैन से दैट दीज आर द स्टेट वेरिएबल्स एंड रेस्ट रेजिस्टेंस, कैपेसिटेंस, इंडक्टेंस वो स्टेट वेरिएबल्स नहीं है. तो इसका जो सिंपलेस्ट आंसर है, अगर आपके पास कोई भी इक्वेशन होगी इस एसी मोटर की, दैट विल बेसिकली बी अ डिफरेंशियल इक्वेशन, और उसमें जो क्वांटिटी डिफरेंशियली वेरी हो रही होगी, that will be basically a system state variable. ठीक है, so these are basically your system variables: resistance, capacitance, inductance, current, voltage, etc. But out of these all system variables, जो state variables हैं वो खाली ये हैं. अब ये state variables क्यों हैं? क्योंकि ये differentially vary होते हैं with respect to time. So these quantities are sufficient for us to basically find out the output response of this system to a particular input. ठीक है, तो अगर आप इस सिस्टम की इक्वेशंस देखोगे तो कहीं पे डी आई बाई डी टी होगा. से फॉर एग्जांपल वी इज इक्वल टू एल डी आई बाई डी टी, आई इज इक्वल टू सी डी वी बाई डी टी. तो आई भी आपका डिफरेंशियली वैरी हो रहा है, वोल्टेज भी आपकी डिफरेंशियली वैरी हो रही है. ऐसे डी ओमेगा बाई डी टी होता है, डी थीटा बाई डी टी होता है, डी साई बाई डी टी होता है. फाइन, जो आपकी से फॉर एग्जांपल अदर पैरामीटर्स है इस सिस्टम में, एल है इंडक्टेंस. आपने कहीं पे कोई ऐसी इलेक्ट्रिकल इक्वेशन नहीं देखी होगी जहाँ पे डी एल बाई डी टी आता होगा, या डी सी बाई डी टी आता होगा, या डी आर बाई डी टी आता होगा. So these inductance, capacitance, resistance also are important to this system. They are also variables. They also define the they can give you the output input relationship of the system. But those quantities are not necessary for us for characterizing this system. The minimum set of quantities that basically will be required for us, that basically are sufficient for us to give a relationship between input and output of the system, they are known as state variables. और state variables को identify करने का क्या तरीका है, आपके पास अगर कोई भी ऐसी इक्वेशन हो जहाँ जो डिफरेंशियली वैरी होता होगा, से फॉर एग्जांपल डी आई बाई डी टी, डी वी बाई डी टी, तो ये जो आपकी क्वांटिटी वहाँ पे इसके साथ एसोसिएटेड है, I है, V है, so those will be basically the system variables, state variables. So state variables are basically nothing but they are associated with a differential equation, and they are basically differentially varying, or you can say time varying system properties of this of any system. They are the time varying properties of any system, and they are sufficient for us to completely characterize this particular system. तो ये state variable की definition हो गई. The minimum set of system variables that are sufficient for us to basically completely characterize a system, or that basically means that are sufficient for us to find out the output response of a system to a particular input of a system. The minimum set of variables, they are known as the state variables. So now state variables इनको हम generally represent करते हैं as x1, x2, x3, so on up to xn. So a system can have n state variables. Now when these state variables, definition number 3, state vectors, when these state variables are basically placed in a vector form, you can write it as capital X, x1, x2, x3, so on up to xn. This is known as a state vector. So state vector is nothing but a vectorial representation of the n state variables of a particular system. Okay? Going from the top, you have a system variable, then you have a state variable, you have a state vector, and then you have a state space. जो हम basically state space modeling करनी है. This is what state space is now. It's simply an n-dimensional space. ठीक है, आपके पास 2 dimensional, 3 dimensional, 4 dimensional space होते हैं. This is an n-dimensional space. So this not something that we can physically represent. We can only perceive up to 3 dimensions. So it's an n-dimensional space, और इसकी जो axes होंगी वो इसके n state variables होंगे. अगर हम 3 dimensional space की बात करें at the most, so you have x1 as one state, as one axis, x2 the state variable will be another axis, x3 will be another axis. So ऐसे for x4, x5 up to xn, this n-dimensional space basically represents the state space model. So you have system variables. They are all the variables of a system that basically can help us define how a system will behave. Then you have the state variables. Out of those all system variables, the minimum number of required variables that are actually sufficient for us to give us the output input relationship, they are known as the state variables. Then you have the state vector. State vector is simply a vector representation of all the n state variables of a particular system. Then you have state space. State space now basically is an n-dimensional space that basically will have the state variables as its axis. So n, तो वो कितने होंगे, वो n number of state variables होंगे. So mathematically putting this as, ये जो state space की form है, this is written as x dot is equal to ax plus bu, y is equal to cx plus du. We'll get to know this equation later on. So this is the mathematical representation of this state space. अब इसको अगर represent करना होगा तो कैसे represent कर सकते हैं. So this is about state space modeling की basic जो definitions हैं. Now how we can basically find out a state variable model of any system. तो उसके लिए हम एक example लेंगे. And let's take a general nth order differential equation. Okay. So that means you have dn by dt n of x plus dn minus 1 by dtn minus 1 of x plus so on up to d2x by dt square plus dx by dt plus x is equal to u. So this is an nth order differential equation. तो जैसे मैंने आपको इससे पहले भी बताया, how we can basically say any quantity is a state variable. वो अगर आपके differential term के साथ associated होगी, we will say that is basically an nth order, that basically is a state variable. So I can also write this as d by dt of this is d by dt, dn by dtn can be written as d by dt of dn minus 1 by dtn minus 1 of x plus d by dt of dn minus 2 divided by dt n minus 2 of x plus so on d by dt of d2x by dt square यहाँ पे, so d by dt of dx by dt plus dx by dt ऐसे ही है, so this means d by dt of x plus x is equal to u. मैंने क्या किया, मैंने d by dt खाली इन हर किसी इक्वेशन से बाहर निकाला. so why I did this, because मैंने आपको इससे पहले भी बताया कि बेसिक हम कैसे आइडेंटिफाई कर सकते हैं एक स्टेट वेरिएबल को अगर वो d by dt के साथ एसोसिएटेड होगा. इफ इट इज टाइम वेरिंग क्वांटिटी, that means it's a state variable. So looking at this equation, now you can say that this x here, this is associated by d by dt, so ये एक state variable होगा. dx by dt एक state variable होगा. d2x by dt एक state variable होगा. ऐसे dn minus 2 by dt n minus 2 of x will be another state variable. dn minus 1 by dt n minus 1 of x will be another state variable. So if you see this, this will be one state variable, that's x1. This will be another state variable, that's x2. This will be n state variable, this will be n minus 1 state variable. So in short, you can write it as x1 is nothing but x, x2 is nothing but dx by dt. ठीक है, so that means basically this is d by dt of x1. Fine. So if you already know this, you can also represent this as x1 dot. ऐसे ही x3 आपका होगा d2x by dt square. That means d by dt of dx by dt. dx by dt क्या है? That's x2. So this is d by dt of x2. That means this is x2 dot. Right? So if I can find this correlationship, x1 dot is x2, x2 dot is x3. So x4 क्या होगा? It will be nothing but x3 dot. x5 क्या होगा? It will be nothing but x4 dot. So on. xn minus 1 dot will be equal to xn. x1 is x, x2 is x1 dot, x3 is x2 dot, x4 is x3 dot, x5 is x4 dot, xn minus 1 dot will be xn. ठीक है, अब I can also put this like this. x1 dot is x2, x2 dot is x3. I am repeating these equations. x3 dot is x4, this particular fashion. Xn minus 1 dot is xn. xn dot क्या होगा? That's basically the question here now. x1 dot x2 है, x2 dot x3 है, so on. हम एक एग्जाम्पल कर रहे हैं, एक जनरल nth ऑर्डर डिफरेंशियल इक्वेशन हमने ली, dn by dt n of x plus so on up to x is equal to u. मैंने इसमें से d by dt बाहर निकाला, तो d by dt मैंने क्यों बाहर निकाला? बिकॉज I already told you here that if any quantity is associated with the term d by dt, that quantity is a state variable. So this is the easiest way of finding out whether a system, what variable in a system, what system variable in of a particular system is basically a state variable, by finding it out whether it's associated with the term d by dt. तो यहाँ पे जब हमने d by dt सब में से बाहर निकाला, तो ये जो अंदर क्वांटिटी है, दिस बेसिकली इज अ स्टेट वेरिएबल. तो आपका एक स्टेट वेरिएबल x है, तो मैंने इसको डिनोट किया बाय x1. आपकी अनदर स्टेट वेरिएबल dx by dt है, इसको मैंने x2 से रिप्रेजेंट किया. इससे पहले d2x by dt होता, वो x3 होता, सो ऑन. दिस इज xn minus 1 and this is xn. So x1 is nothing but x, x2 is dx by dt. So finding them out now in terms of state variables only now. x1 is x, x2 is x1 dot, x3 is x2 dot, so on and so forth. LHS को मैंने RHS बना दिया, RHS को LHS. So this means basically x1 dot is x2, x2 dot is x3, x3 dot is x4, so on up to xn minus 1 dot is xn. Now the question is, what is xn dot? So going back to the original equation, जो आपकी यहाँ पे nth order differential equation है. So now I can write this as d by dt of xn plus d by dt of xn minus 1 from equation 1, d by dt of वो जो अंदर क्वांटिटी है मैंने उसको xn से रिप्रेजेंट किया है, प्लस d by dt of xn minus 1 plus so on plus d by dt of x2 plus d by dt of x1 plus x star, that is only x1, is equal to u. So d by dt of xn basically means xn dot plus xn minus 1 dot plus xn minus 2 dot plus so on. d by dt of x2 is x2 dot. ठीक है, d by dt of x2 और d by dt of x, if you remember, is also represented as x dot, right? Plus d by dt of x1 is x1 dot plus x1 is equal to u. यहाँ से ये लेके यहाँ तक, इसको मैं इक्वेशन 2 कहता हूँ. Substituting equation 2 in this equation. Equation 2 basically क्या है? x1 dot is x2, x2 dot is x3, x3 dot is x4. That means x1 dot is x2, x2 dot is x3, x3 dot is x4 plus so on, plus xn minus 2 dot is xn minus 1 plus xn minus 1 is nothing but xn plus xn dot. ठीक है, xn minus 1 dot is nothing but xn, x3 dot is x4, x2 dot is x3. डॉट वाली टर्म्स, नॉन डॉट वाली टर्म्स में मैंने रिप्रेजेंट किया. सो दिस इज योर इक्वेशन. यहाँ से बेसिकली मुझे एक्स एन डॉट निकालना है. एक्स एन डॉट इज नथिंग बट नाउ माइनस एक्स एन माइनस 1 so on, minus x4 minus x3 minus x2 minus x1 plus u. ठीक है, इन सब टर्म्स को राइट हैंड साइड पे ले जाओ, so you are getting x n dot equal to this. So again writing this whole you have x1 dot is equal to x2, you have x2 dot is equal to x3, you have x3 dot is equal to x4, you have xn minus 1 dot is equal to xn, and you add then xn dot, अब आपने क्या निकाला, it's minus xn minus 1 minus xn minus 2 minus x2 minus x1 plus u. फाइन. सो ये जो अब आपकी इक्वेशन है, दिस इज व्हाट आपकी जो ओरिजिनल इक्वेशन थी, वो ये थी dn by dt n of x so on plus x equal to u. So this was an nth order differential equation. तो आपने क्या किया, by finding out the state variables in this system, what you have done is basically, this is nothing but this here is nothing but x dx1 by dt is equal to x2. This is x2 dot, that is nothing but dx2 by dt is equal to x3. This is dx3 by dt is equal to x4. So what you have done is, you had an nth order ordinary differential equation. You have broken that down into n first order ODEs. ठीक है, ये कितने, ये सभी डिफरेंशियल इक्वेशंस हैं. ये कितने डिफरेंशियल इक्वेशंस है, ये n नंबर और डिफरेंशियल इक्वेशन है. तो आपके पास एक nth ऑर्डर डिफरेंशियल इक्वेशन था, आपने उसको ब्रेक डाउन किया इनटू n फर्स्ट ऑर्डर डिफरेंशियल इक्वेशन. So this is what basically state space modeling is. You have an nth order equation, you basically break it down into n first order differential equations. Analyzing nth order differential equation is difficult for us, but analyzing a first order differential equation is very easy for us. We can easily say what is dx1 by dt, what is dx2 by dt, what is dx3 by dt. So analyzing these equations is much easier than analyzing an nth order differential equation. So this whole process is basically how you can transform any system. कोई भी system होगा आपके पास, any electrical equation, say for example you have q is equal to I d2, q is equal to c d2I by dt plus l di by dt plus so on, whatever. So you can basically represent that second order differential equation in terms of two first order differential equations. Analyzing those first order differential equations is easier as compared to analyzing second order differential equations. So this process is basically known as how you can obtain a state space model. अब इसी ये जो हमने अब equations निकाली, इन equations को हम मैट्रिक्स फॉर्म में भी पुट कर सकते हैं. आपके पास यहाँ पे x1 dot is equal to x2 है. I can also write this as 0 times x1 plus 1 times x2 plus 0 times x3 so on up to 0 times xn. x2 dot is equal to 0 times x1 plus 0 times x2 plus 1 times x3 plus so on up to 0 times xn. So on, ये सारी equations आप ऐसे represent कर सकते हो. xn dot is minus xn, that means basically you can represent this as minus 1 times x1 minus 1 times x2 minus 1 times x3 up to minus 1 times xn plus u. ठीक है, यहाँ पे मैं u भी ऐड कर सकता हूँ, 0 times u plus 0 times u. Fine. So these n differential equations can be represented. These equations can be represented in terms of 5 minutes, 5 minutes. As I was saying, we can represent them. x1 dot is x2. You can write it as 0 times x1 plus 1 times x2 plus 0 times x3, so on, so on, so on. So, in other words, I can put this in a matrix form: x1 dot, x2 dot, x3 dot, so on up to xn dot. x1 dot is 0 times x1 plus 1 times x2 plus 0 times x3. All terms are those or 0. ऐसे x2 dot is 0 times x1, 0 times x2, 1 times x3. All terms are 0. 0 0 0 1 0. ये सभी जीरो होंगे. यहाँ पे जो होगा that will be 0 0 0. इसमें जो लास्ट टर्म होगी that will be 1. और एक्स एन डॉट हमने जो निकाला है इट्स -1 टाइम्स x1 -1 टाइम्स x2 -1 टाइम्स x3. अब ये -1 यहाँ पे लिखा है मैंने. इसका कोफिशिएंट कुछ और भी हो सकता था. मैंने यहाँ पे जो कोफिशिएंट लिया है वो 1 लिया है. ठीक है. फॉर दिस पर्टिकुलर इक्वेशन -1 टाइम्स एक्स एन प्लस u भी है यहाँ पे. x1 dot is this 4 times 0 times u, x2 dot is 0 times u, x3 is 0 times u. खाली लास्ट वाली जो इक्वेशन है xn dot है उसमें 1 times u था. ठीक है. So if the coefficients were something else other than ones, तो वैसे इक्वेशन आपकी शेप होगी. But this representation of n first order differential equations in the form of a matrix is known as a state space model. यही मैंने आपको वहाँ पे बताया था. This whole you can now represent it as x dot is equal to a, और वो जो आपका यहाँ पे x1 ये वेक्टर है that can be represented as x plus this 0 to 1 b times u. So this is one equation of a state variable that basically represents the state space model of this system. Fine. What we have done is we have basically studied a number of systems. We have studied the state space modeling today. We have done the state space modeling. इसका बेसिक इंट्रोडक्शन किया. मैंने आपको पहले डेफिनेशंस पढ़ाई. सिस्टम वेरिएबल्स क्या होते हैं. System variables, all the variables of a system that basically are the properties of the system that basically characterize the system. Secondly, फिर मैंने state variables बताया. Out of those system variables, the minimum set of variables that are sufficient for us to completely characterize the system or to give us the information between the input and an output of a system are known as state variables. वो स्टेट वेरिएबल्स की क्या प्रॉपर्टी है. बेसिकली दे आर डिफरेंशियली वैरिंग विद रेस्पेक्ट टू टाइम डी बाई डी टी. तो कोई भी इक्वेशन अगर आपके सिस्टम में होगी जो डिफरेंशियली वैरी हो रही होगी कोई भी क्वांटिटी, सो यू कैन से दैट इज द स्टेट वेरिएबल ऑफ द सिस्टम. Then you had a state vectorial representation of state variables. Then you had a state space model. उसकी जो definition है, that is an n-dimensional space with having the state variables as the x's. फिर हमने एक basic general nth order differential equation किया. इसका हमने state space model निकाला. What a state space model basically means? It simply means breaking down an nth order differential equation into n first order differential equations and actually putting that in the form of matrix. Fine. So this matrix representation of n first order differential equations is what a state model is. ठीक है. तो ये हमने एक जनरल nth order differential equation के लिए किया. So first in the next session what we'll be doing first is we'll be now ये स्टेट वेरिएबल मॉडल और ट्रांसफर फंक्शन मॉडल में क्या डिफरेंस होगी वो मैं आपको समझाऊंगा. And secondly, I will also tell you फिर जो electrical systems हैं, we will take up some examples and we'll see how we can derive the state variable model of those electrical systems. So if you have any questions.